All right, Shalom. All right, the brother Karaf, man, and I'm back to finish off the Revelation 17. Where we left off on 12. Me and the brother went live yesterday, and we were going to the Revelation 17, but the video had them turned off on us, had them cut off. All right, but I'm gonna finish that off. But first of all, I want to give all, first and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors and blessings to the elders, the apostle, great millstone, through water Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai for the elders, the apostle, I'm down for waking me up to the wisdom, not truth, and understanding through the spirit, power, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom on to the few Akim. Me and the brother want pushing the truth and sincere across the four corners of the earth, wherever we might be, scattered abroad, who look like the other nation, who bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. Shalom on to the few Aqua, I believe well, me and the sisters. We want to repent, come back to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai in these latter days. Shalom on to little boys and girls who the Lord will deliver also in these times to come. With that, we say shalom on. All right, continue on to finish off the Revelation 17. We left off on 12, but I start from 11. It say, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth. So that beast that was and is not is talking about America, because John the Revelator, when he was on the scene, right when he received the vision, he seen America in the vision, but it wasn't America time to be on the scene. That's why he say, in the beast that was and is not, right? That beast was that's to come, but it ain't came yet. Even he is of the eighth, right? He say he is of the eighth, coming from what? Among them Edomite empire that were ruling, right? And America arrived from the America arrived from the Roman Empire, right? So they come up out of this great red dragon, you know, the seven heads. It say the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven. See, and go, cause he say he's of the eight, and he's the eight and come out of the seven, cause like I said, you had the Germana Minor, Germana Major, the Spanish, France, British, the Greek, and the Roman, in Rome. But you know, America come from out of the British, right? So that's why, like, he's the seven, but of the eighth, the eighth of the seven. It's saying the beast, go to run that back, Revelation 17:11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven, and go into prediction, right? So and go into prediction, destruction. So America was set up for destruction before it came on the scene, right? Then you go to Daniel 7:8 when they're talking about that little horn, because this go back to that little horn go back to Revelation 17:11, right? That eight that come from amongst that seven, and that little horn that rose up, what it was speaking about, consider the 10. That little horn right here represent America. Daniel 7 and verse 8. It say, I consider the horns, right? The one that the powers and the rulers. It say, I consider the 10 horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. See, it said came up among them another little horn, like that eighth that rises from the seven. This all is talking about America. I consider the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. It say, before who there were 3 of the first horns, right? So out of these 4, who gonna stand? Which be America. It say, it came up among them another little horn, before who there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. The 3 of the first horn plucked up by the roots was the French. You had the French-American War, Spanish-American War, and the War of Independence. At that time, those was the 3 that colonized this side of the earth, which is so-called called America, but you know the so-called the Edomites that took over in full control of America, that they came on top came out on top against the British. So, you know, America took over, but you still have the Edomites, like in England, over there still controlling the scene, you know, running everything behind the scene. All right, so it's I consider the 10 horns, like I consider the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before who there were the three of the first horn plucked up by the roots. It say, behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, which represented wisdom, like the scriptures say, they're wiser than Daniel. It's saying they mouth speaking great things, right? That blasphemy, which you can go back and read Revelation 13:1. But that's what I want on that. But I'm gonna jump back real quick. Revelation 17:11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is of the eighth. Talking about America is of the seventh, and go into prediction, destruction. It's like in the 10 horns which thou sawest are the 10 kings. They ain't necessarily talking about them being like kings, but you know the 10 horns going to leaders, right? This talking about the empire, the leaders of the empires. It say in the 10 horns which thou sawest are the 10 kings, which have received no kingdom, right, as yet, but receive power as king 1 hour with the beast. And talking about the 10 horns joining with NATO. So the 10 horns, I mean, like in the 42 hours, I'm talking about like, I mean, that 1 hour is like 42 years with Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, right? Probably like 42, 41, something like that. But 42 years, I believe. It said, but receive power as 1 hour with the beast. So, right, the 10 what didn't have it, which is the EU, the European Union, right? Teaming with who? NATO. But it say, in the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, leaders, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as king with one hour with the beast. You know, from 1958 to what, like 2000. So now they living on borrowed time. So it's a matter of time for the Lord just do his thing, destroy it. It say, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Right, so they gonna all join together and they all got one mind, which pushing this new world order, right? And also having that one mind, all gonna be what set up what to go against America at the same time. It say these have one mind and shall give their power and strength. One mind pushing that new world order and give their strength unto the beast, right? To who? NATO. So NATO in the EU, right? 10 colony markets. In verse 14, it say these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. So right, Revelation 19. 19, 2nd Esdras 13, all right? What you can go into with scripture with the Lord gonna come back. Zephaniah 1 and 14, it say, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords, right? And kings of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. All right? It say, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse cities are people and multitude and nations of tongue. So the waters represent what? The people, right? The nations. America's that great melting pot, right? That's why all the nations come and set up and dwell at, majority. Other nations come parlay and come over here and rest and chill in so-called America. It's a, all right, oh yeah, and they that were, or it's like, and they, it's a, they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful. That's talking about the elect. All right. But on verse 15, and he that saveth unto me the water which thou sawest where the horse cities are people and multitude and nations and tongue, and the 10 horn which thou sawest, right, it's the EU, and the 10 horn which thou sawest upon the beast, which is talking about NATO, these shall hate the whore, talking about America is their whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, talking about the nuclear missiles, right? WW3, which the Lord called with Armageddon. But hey, well, the Lord gonna have the troops to come down, and judgment gonna take place when they gather for that battle, that final war. All right, it say, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, for Yahweh have put in their hearts, meaning mind, to fulfill His will. So this all of the going of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh. So this all the going up Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Like the camera had popped up with the battlefield go dead. Revelation 17, run that back. 17 and 16, it say the 10 horns, the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, NATO, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her flesh, and make her desolate and naked. It say, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. It say, for Yahweh have put it in their hearts, meaning the mind, to fulfill His will. This is of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. It say, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, that great red dragon, right? That scarlet beast, right? You know, that great red dragon, you know, but that great red dragon, America, because like I said, America arrived out of the Roman Empire, right? But all these are Edomites still derive out of the same empires and things that was before it. All right, yeah, and that's it. It said the woman which thou sawest is the great city, talking about America, America the Great, which Trump be speaking on, which is Babylon the Great, which ranking over the kings of the earth. All right, which is that to be America. So, and that's the point I want to make, just to close out, finish off that Revelation 17. Like I said, the camera cut off and went dead. But if you come across this video, you can go to the channel and go look at the live. We'll start from 17 and 1 on down, reading it, going into it. But I'm gonna close out with that right there. So with that, I'm gonna close out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. With that, we say Shalom, and I hope that we're edifying.